because they are not actually much aware about these things.
Okay.
And due to all these myth, those are going around for these things, they are getting frustrated that AI will kill our job. And they don't know what to prepare, which tech to prepare. But actually, in software engineering, you can't say, I am a React developer, I can't do anything. Right? But they are sticking to that one, as uh, some of them are students and some of them are completely freshers. So they think that there may be a specific technology uh, which will only give them a job. That's why they are sticking to only that one and only preparing for DSA and all those things. But they don't have that much of connections, and they don't bother about those things as well. Okay, so all these what they should follow, and this I will post in on the Enhance Me YouTube channel after this. So later on, maybe someone will join our team after 1 month or 2 months. They can see all these recordings
Yes.
one by one. Yes, the guys joined. Hello everyone. Hello Ka. Hello yes. So meet Niraj Sir. He is CTO of Kenshi Labs Private Limited, and he is in the industry for a long period. So he can actually guide you. So he can show the exact path what you should follow to be relevant in the software industry, and how you should prepare yourself as a software engineer, not a software developer. Okay. And always, I told you earlier as well when we met, when you are joining any meeting, try to switch on your camera, because face-to-face interaction is much more impressive as compared to showing your some random thumbnail. Okay. So we will allow 20 minutes first, sir, to explain his thoughts and his guidance, what he's giving to us. Then in last 10 minutes, you can ask your doubts if you have any. And if we did not get that much of time, then later on also you can comment whatever doubt you have in that LinkedIn, or this video recorded, I will post in the YouTube channel, Enhance Me. There you can see and ask in comments, then sir will reply. Sir, over to you.
You want to start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since we already have a limited amount of time, so let's start. See, you must be looking at the news and you must be hearing everywhere that AI is eating up the job. AI will replace developers. AI will do this. AI will replace content creators. Many of these, many of these stories are. It was when all of this started. It was valid, but what I have seen from a personal experience is it really the case? In fact, the question from my personal experiences, what I've seen is that's not exactly the case. When I started getting this, all of this idea, when I mentored my other team members, they also faced some similar dilemma that, sir, what should we do? We are changing, AI is coming, Devin has come, and there were different, so many AI agents had come, Chat GPT came, then GitHub Copilot came, and everybody was thinking, yeah, I can be a great developer now. And at the same time, with this excitement, what I said earlier, the fear also came. What will happen in the future? There's so much uncertainty. There's so much doubt, especially among the freshers, especially among those who are passing out recently. They're scared. They're not getting the job. In fact, last I remember, there was one company in Sweden, or maybe I'm not exactly remember the name. That guy had automated marketing, sales, software development, lots of these things, and he fired 99% of the staff. That news came. But people don't know that with that automation comes a cost. That guy could not keep up the operation. There were some challenges with the product which he created, and sneakily he created a job post. Hey, I need some React developers. I need some React engineers. And I'll tell you, I have used these AI tools significantly. In fact, my company, Kenshi Labs, as we discussed earlier, as Subrato has introduced, I'm working as a CTO of Kenshi Labs, and it's AI first company. People ask me, what is AI first? And Subrato and others, those who are working with me, they know by being AI first does not necessarily mean that we are just building AI based solution. Here, AI first essentially means we have adopted, embraced AI into all of our activities. Now, I'll tell you the couple of stories. See, Neha, in my previous, I was working as a MongoDB consulting architect, and so I've had the opportunity to work with some really great engineers. I'll give you two stories. One was about Neha. Neha was mobile architect, associate architect. She has around 10 plus years of experience, very good with her tools, skills, the product experience she has, product development experience she has. There was a time when regularly we would hang out for coffee break, and we'd talk about things, we'll discuss about what's happening. And she was a React Native engineer, so she would keep talking about how it's challenging to provide a stable code which will support all the platforms. That is expected. When you build a mobile application, especially when you build cross-platform application using React Native or similar tool, it's very challenging to support all these different variations, screen resolutions. So she would keep coming to me, she would keep telling me about her frustration. And later, one of the common theme was, Niraj sir. In fact, she didn't call me sir, she called me Niraj. Niraj, I'm thinking about leaving this field. I asked why. And she told me ki there's so much development going on, so much new tools, new libraries, TypeScript this, TypeScript that. So many things are happening that she's catching up. She's playing this catching up game. Whenever she learns something, she thinks, Ki, now I have mastered tan stack query. Again, a new version has come up. Whenever she's thinking about should I use Redux or not, people have started using. People have started using what's that context API. When she thinks about should I use something else comes up. So she got frustrated, and naturally, it's the same case. It will happen with you. It will happen with you. You will be if you are especially if you are a front end engineer, you will be playing the catch up game. Every alternate day, something or another will come up, and you will keep scratching your head and thinking, should I continue or not? So that is one case. She asked me, Neeraj, should I continue? I'm thinking about leaving. Especially AI is coming to eat my job anyway. So I'm thinking about changing my field. So that was 10 years old. She has 10 plus years of experience, associate architect. I'll give you another example. Rahul. He was consider him as a very fresh engineer. He had around 1.5 years of experience. He was back in consider full stack engineer. Okay, he was not into mobile. He was more into React web application as well as Nest.js. So our one of the tech stack was Nest.js based. TypeScript was there. Okay. Again, here he was not scared about changes because he was fresh young blood. He knew that I have to, in order to thrive, or forget about thrive. It's about, in order to survive, I have to learn these tools. I have to be better. Okay. So he kept learning. He was very enthusiastic. He was very much interested in implementing new things. And he would, every other day, he would come to me excitedly. Neeraj sir, I found this library. Neeraj sir, I deployed this there. I deployed that there. He was very excited, genuine chap. And even that guy, that exciting, that enthusiastic guy, he got scared when this news came up about Devin and XYZ. And he saw firsthand what AI can do. These are the two stories who got scared. You know what I did? I told them, see, what you see here, it's what you see this as a problem. It's not a problem. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. For example, I'll tell you the task which I would take 3 months to complete using AI, now I can complete in, let's say, 1 month. I have improved my productivity multifold. I have improved my productivity multifold. And not just that, using AI tool, what I have done is I have improved my code quality. Not just that, I have become much. So from the very beginning, I was very much focused on documentation, which many engineers lack. Many engineers don't want to do the documentation. But what I tell everybody, hey, documentation is something you must do from the very beginning. You must become better at proper documentation, because documentation, using the same kind of documentation, once you document your thoughts, ideas, your plan, you won't have to repeat it again and again to somebody else. Because if you repeat the same thing again and again, it tends to lose its value, or it depreciates the original thought which you have. It you will start diverting. But if you have a written documentation, you know this is what you decided and this is what you're agreeing to, and all other stakeholders will agree to the same idea. So I focused on the documentation from the very beginning, and thanks to this AI, my documentations became very good. So good that at MongoDB, clients, they liked my documentation. They, because I was able to provide them clear, precise what needs to be done. Okay, with diagrams and everything, and all of those I was able to do using AI. So see, you need to understand this. These stories, what I said earlier, and the documentation, all of these things, all of it became possible because I embraced. Instead of fearing this, I embraced. There was a time when I feared. In fact, many of the engineers, us even including Subrato, he will agree, we all of us go through this feeling, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. That,
Correct.
that feeling is always there, okay? However, kitna bhi, whatever you do, whatever products you build, whatever, even if you make it multi-billion dollar product or something like that, you will still somehow you will have this nagging doubt. I'm not good enough. There's so many good engineers out there in front of them. I'm not good enough. Now, using this AI, you can be a good enough. Okay. So what I did was, instead of fighting this, I embraced AI and I used it to become a productive member, become improve my productivity, improve the quality of my code, improve the quality of my leadership. And whenever I feel doubtful, whenever I have doubts, whenever I have some ideas or something, what I do is I use these to enhance. See, AI will give you enhanced capability, but you need to think what AI can't do. AI still can't think on its own. You still need to give a prompt. You still need to create a proper prompt and then give it to him. Give it to AI tool, AI agents. If your prompts are not good enough, if your prompts do not have proper context, those are meaningless. You will get what? Remember in the very beginning, when I started learning computer, we used to mug up garbage in, garbage out. Isn't that what we learned,
Correct.
Subrito?
Correct.
Similarly, same thing with AI.
Hmm.
Garbage in, garbage out. If you give it simple prompt, tell me about XYZ, then it will only tell you the basics. But if you give proper context, give what exactly you're doing, why you're doing, what you intend to do, and if you have some other relevant data, you give proper context, you build a proper prompt, and then give it to the AI agent, and it will give you proper, really nice written answers. Okay. In fact, remember this, we were just talking about the fear. This kind of fear was always there when something new came up. This fear was there in generation. When spreadsheet came, spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel or something similar tool, when
Hmm.
it came on the computer, everybody used to think, damn, what will happen? Accountants, now accountant, we don't need accountants.
Correct.
Yeah, spreadsheet will take care of everything. It
Hmm.
will do the calculation and we can arrange the data, we can do all those graphing and everything. You tell me, do we still have accountants or not?
Yes. And still
Yes, we do.
calculator also exist in market.
Yes, then yeah, when calculator came, then everybody thought, nah, we don't need accountants. That also came, okay. But see, we're still there. And those accountants, what they did, they embraced it and they become better. So the things which they could do, for example, let's say, just for the sake of understanding, let's say earlier they could do hundreds of calculation. Thanks to spreadsheet, their capability improved to thousands of calculation. I'll give you another example. The photo, we have that camera, that manual camera. We had photographers. So when I was a small kid, all of us would go excitedly, with wear nice dresses. And on some Sunday morning, my father, the whole family will go to a studio and will take that picture. I'm sure many of us, our old albums that we bring out, you will see the old pictures. Now, then came the digital camera. And everybody was thinking, damn, these photography jobs will be gone now. All those studios will close down. Everybody. Yeah, many of those have suffered, but reality is those photographers, they have embraced that digital camera and now they're doing much, 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 much better job. However, see, you have a camera, you have a mobile phone which has 50 megapixel camera. Still, those photographers, because they have a different skills which you don't have, they can take better pictures than you. Okay, so it's not the tool. Then let's talk about aeroplane. When autopilot technology came in, everybody was thinking, we don't need pilots. What is the reality? Do we need pilots or not? Do we have pilots or not?
Yes.
We
We
have pilots. In fact, even though we have autopilots, those pilots, it enhanced their ability and they're doing more. Okay. Similarly, if we consider all of these people, this fear of AI, the same, I'm not scared of this anymore. In fact, my engineers, they're not scared of this anymore. What they have done is they have accepted, embraced, and they have improved their capability. Okay. Now, many of you will think, what can I do? I mean, I'm a fresher, nobody's hiring, nobody's hiring because companies think that engineers will get replaced by AI. Reality is different.
mostly
Reality,
these news are coming and that this much percentage of IITians did not get job.
yeah. So there are challenges. I'm telling you, AI has challenges. For example, earlier engineers would get bigger salaries like anything.
Hmm.
In fact, I'll tell you one story. When I was working with Byju's, one of my junior engineer, he had only 2 years of experience and he got placed into one company. Can you guess what might be his salary? Just give me an example. Can you guess what might be his salary?
2 years actually
2 years.
maximum 10 within 10.
Within 10,
Hmm.
he was getting 43 LPA.
Hmm.
He was getting 43 LPA. So there was a time when people were getting like crazy salary and people are still getting crazy salary.
Hmm.
But now that AI has come up and it has made many of those engineers become better, and many of those engineers, their valuation which gone up, now it is coming down. Now the playing field is leveled.
Yes,
Okay. So, so I'll tell you one more thing. Those engineers, they are facing challenges. Okay, they're facing challenges. They're struggling to keep up the job because they got the that kind of salary not in a natural way. That was I'll say in a very different way. They don't have all the relevant experience. I mean, how can someone have a product development experience in 2 years? The kind of complexity and everything. So see, you need to, what I said was, you need to accept it, embrace it, you need to become better, and you need to do something which AI can't do. Okay. Then let's talk about what AI can't do. AI can't think for itself. I mean, we do have image and video based AI which can create amazing videos, amazing pictures, and everything. But still, if you think at the core, you still need to give a prompt. You still need to develop the prompt. That system level thinking is still not there. And this is what you can do. What you can do is you can upgrade yourself to think differently. You can be a good thinker. Earlier, junior engineers would not do everything. In fact, there was architect would design the system that will given to lead engineer will again break that problem into smaller parts and then it will give to junior engineers, and junior engineers would only do what was being told. Correct. If I have to create a button, then I will only create button, I will not do anything else.
correct.
But that kind of work is, it's gone now.
So
Okay.
this was a question of most of the junior engineers.
Hmm.
How they can increase their thinking ability, the problem
Yeah.
solving ability.
Definitely, I'm going there. I'm going there. So see, what the job was earlier, the junior engineers will do only what senior engineers will tell them to do. It was written in the Jira ticket, and Jira ticket had all the acceptance criteria. It had exactly everything, and they would only do that much, and then they will chill. But that kind of thing can be done by that kind of job can be done by AI. But you need to understand there was someone who created the Jira ticket, there was someone who created the user story, there was someone who created the acceptance criterion and test cases and everything. That role is still pending. Okay, that role is still in demand. But the junior level role, where you did not think, you just executed, that role is gone. That role is gone now. So if you are still dreaming, you as a junior, I'm talking about junior engineers, if your junior engineers are still dreaming ki, wish we could get that kind of job, no, those kind of jobs are still not available. It's gone now. Now what kind of jobs are available? The jobs which will, where thinking is required. Okay. And that's what I do. I tell my engineers, I'm training my engineers to think, not just do. Doing anybody can do. So what I do, I'll give an example. What I do, I tell my engineers, hey, this is what I want. How to get it is on them. I know how to get it, but I don't tell them how. I
Hmm.
never tell them. If I tell them, it will be my solution, which they will be implementing. Instead, what I want them to do is, I want them to think on their own, come up with a solution, and then ask my feedback. That Neeraj, is it good? What should I do? Is this better? And based on that, I'll tell you what has happened is slowly and steadily, they have started thinking. And because they have started thinking, they are able to produce more code, build more things on their own without me providing anything at all. They have started anticipating me. And that kind of engineers you should become. That kind of engineers I'm making, and that kind of engineers you should become, and that kind of engineers will still be in vogue. They will still be in demand. So what I was telling you, it's about you need to learn how to think. There are so many good books out there. I'm sure if you do the quick Google search, you will see the system thinking. Or there's some really good books like Six Thinking Hats. There's Arbinger Institute, which have some really good books. In fact, lateral thinking, thinking outside the box. I'm sure you must be aware of these terms. See, the point is you need to become a thinker. Doer is that job is done. Doing job is getting automated. A thinking job, it's still not. We still need thinkers, and that's what you need to become. What something is now if you talk about if you talk about what you need to do, I can only tell you, but this is something what you need to do. You need to start reading books. These days, how many of you are reading books? I'll tell you none. If I ask you what was the last book which you have read, I'm sure other than maybe other than if you're an engineer or if you're still a student, that you will be talking about the books which was provided by the by the college. But other than that, fiction, non-fiction books, I'm sure rarely people these days are reading books.
Correct.
That capability we are losing, and that is the capability you should get back to. The capability of keeping yourself fully focused on something for longer period of time. Thanks to Instagram, thanks to other things, our attention span has become smaller than butterfly, or what's that bird, hummingbird. Hummingbirds attention span is very less, maybe microsecond or something. I'm not exactly sure. I need to refer to the exact numbers. But our attention span has become like hummingbird. We need to improve that. How can we do that? We need to get out of that. We need to get out of what we are doing right now. Where you are spending your time. Where are you investing your time? You are investing your time on Instagram Reels, social media, YouTube Reels, YouTube Shorts. You need to move away and then get into actual books which will help you visualize, which will help you view your visualization skill. At the same time, read other non-technical books which will help you become a great thinker. So, system thinking is what you should start learning, reading more. Another another thing is which I would want you to become is I want you to become a problem solver. I want you to become a debugger because problem solving, however hard, you still need to provide context to the AI agent for them to get the data and try to attempt to solve the problem. But problem solving still has to be done by you. It's still a manual process. If there's a bug, that bug is still processed by or getting solved by somebody else. Okay. So that is problem decomposition is something what you need to learn. And next, what I'll say is continuous learning. This is what you should be doing regularly. So if you're afraid that AI will do this, AI will do that, don't be afraid. Accept it, embrace it, and as I said, accept it, embrace it, and use it to improve your learning capability. Okay. So there's another skill what I'll recommend that you should read about is meta learning. And while we are reading about it, while we are talking about learning, I'll highly recommend one book which opened up my eyes, and it will help you. The book is written by Cal Newport. So good they can't ignore you. That's the title of the book. Another book which I'll recommend is, remember we were talking about fear. don't be afraid. The book's title is Feel the Fear, but Do It Anyway. So these two books I'll highly recommend. And I have lots of things to say, but our time is over.
Yes, sir. If you,
I'll hand over.
we would love
Yes,
to invite you again
yes,
in another session because now we are running out of time. But quickly, please, can you guide us? The most important part is connections.
yes,
But there is a thin line between making connections and spamming someone. So
yes, absolutely.
how
I
we can,
will. Yeah, I'm not going to take too much time here, but I'll say in the very beginning when I started my career, I realized the benefit of networking, and this is what you should also do. You should go out, network with, attend networking events. Even if you don't have the knowledge, just go. Energy, there others, positive energy will influence you. It will motivate you, and you will want to do more. At the same time, not just physical, you should also do virtual networking in terms of LinkedIn. You go and don't spam, but try to see if you can connect with somebody else. So there's a another concept called networking effect. Again, do the research and figure out, that will help. But start networking. What else, Subrata?
that's it, sir. Actually, we are very thankful to you and very lucky that within this short span of time, you came and gave us these feedbacks and directions. So definitely, our students will implement that. If anyone have any question, then please ask. We have only 5 minutes left.
Yes, Pragati.
I just say कि can you share the book names? Okay.
Those books are there. Are lots of books.
Yeah.
I'll recommend to Subrata sir. Subrata sir will recommend to you those more books. But
Okay.
immediately I'll recommend two books. So Good They Can't Ignore You, written by Cal Newport. So Good They Can't Ignore You. In fact, Cal Newport has lots of books. Another book which I'll recommend is Deep Work, written by him, Cal Newport. And then the fear is something which stunts our growth. So the book which I'm recommending is Feel the Fear but Do It Anyway. These three books I'll recommend immediately. What else?
Anything else, Pragati?
No.
Okay, so
Yes.
this video will be uploaded in Enhance Me YouTube channel as well. I
Okay.
will share the link with you guys. And if you have any query later on after watching the video, then you can ask. I will ask sir.
Yes, yes. Reach out to me, reach out to Subrato. I'm happy to help.
Okay, so if anyone don't have any question, then we will wrap up here. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And if you allow, then we will again invite you for the
Yes, yes, definitely,
rest
definitely.
of the things what we have
Definitely.
not able to cover here.
Yes, definitely.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Subrato. Thank you,
Good
team.
night. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you so much.